zoom in a little bit. It always seems to want to fight me. There we go. Better? Good evening. Monday night. We do the thing. Once again, Alicia is out of town, so she will likely be hanging out in the chat. Let's see here. You did, and I've been talking to Jason, like texting, within the last like 10 minutes, so that's pretty good, babe. Are you cooler now? Hey, Bob, how's it going? Did you get your room cooled down, Alicia? Jason! Johnny come lately. I think that's the first time he hasn't had the first comment. Shocking. Good. That's what you would say if you showed up late. Hey, Mo. How's it going? Welcome to the madness. I am stirring my pot off camera slightly. It's like, what is it? That looks odd. So I drew up a sketch on Bristol board, and good, going well is good. And I like pre-erased, and I just thought I'd ink because that's what I felt like doing. And rather than doing it on the sort of rough rough paper, I dug out some Bristol. Yeah, I know, panic mode over the sketch, but I had control. I'm not doing the Frank Cho pot over the open pot. Anyway, so yeah, I went, and I always like this pose that Arnold did in the movie, like as he's doing after he got crucified and healed up and whatnot, and he's kind of getting back to it. So I thought I'd steal the pose and just do like more comic accurate Conan. Yeah. I figured, what the heck? And I'm just gonna do this however it comes to me, I guess. I don't always have a particular order of doing things. Oh yeah. Still one of the best movie soundtracks out there, I think. I mean, yeah, I'm biased, but it's good. Can you guys see this all right? Should I zoom in more? I don't. Kind of hard for me to tell. Ant. Get some ants running around here. Stop letting my critters in and out through this door. Yeah, horizontal action. I'm afraid that it would reorient while it was on on the arm up there, and I would keep messing with it, and then it would reorient. Yeah, well, you know, I guess. So, anything new and exciting going on? We're just dealing with Alicia being sucked in to the Rumford shenanigans again. I see Mr. White has slightly more functional lights in the barn dominium, so that's good. Yeah, they have their annual like maintenance shutdown, so she's on site helping. She does it every year. They apparently need people who know stuff, so. They work on switches. That's pretty handy for lights. And I might miss you a little bit. Let's not get carried away. I mean, you left this morning, so. I do need a new brush. Always a good sign. Everyone keeps quitting. Trying to use the split ends on the brush to my advantage here a little bit. Yeah, fewer. Jeez. I know I keep talking about it, but I do gotta get like a better camera slash mic setup so I can show this, you know, from an angle where you guys can see it working as opposed to straight on like this. But yeah, oh, here we go. Hey, Churro. What you doing, buddy? Hey, come on. Come say hi. So Churro has jumped up in my lap. I'll see if I can give you guys a little cat camera action. Oh. Ace is tucking chickens, so he had to run. I'm sure he'd have stuck around if he could hear your voice, babe. I'll tell him. Even though you abandoned him, you know. I know, dirty pool. Brush has definitely seen better days. But I suppose it's a bad carpenter that blames his tools. Hey, Ray! How's it going, man? Sorry for the delay. The wife's out of town, so I'm flying solo between paying attention to what I'm doing here and looking at the chat window. Those are fighting words. Sorry, babe. I was just teasing. Just figured I'd do some inking tonight, Ray. This will be a slightly better quality sketch when it's done because of the paper. I guess I'll just have to live with it. Churro wouldn't listen to me anyway, honey, if I told him that you abandoned him. He'd be like, well, you clearly don't know anything. Which is correct. Uh-oh. See, this is where Ember decides to jump up here, and normally I'm using a brush pen and I don't have a scrap sheet here of wet ink, so hopefully he decides he doesn't want to appear in the stream this week. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I know, I'm talking about you. Hi, Bubs. This could get a little silly here in a second, but that's alright. Sillier. Right, Bub? Nobody's here to go upstairs and give you the stuff. I don't think he cares. Hi, Mama. What do you think, handsome? Hi. He's being very cautious. It's like he knows. Let's not go over there, huh, bub? Hi. Oh, hi. You just stepped right on that wet line, buddy. It's helpful. Say hi to everybody. Ember. No, they don't want to see your butt, buddy. Hi. Oh. Alright. I'm going to have to be mean to this cat. I'm sorry, Bubba. I don't have backup. I know. I should let him do what he wants. Can you say hi? Look up here, bub. Oh, then he starts the purring, and it gets harder to get him out of here. Come on, bub. Come on. Alright, hang on a second, guys. Come on, buddy. Are you gonna finish the drawing, bub? There we go. Had to evict the cat. I'm such a jerk. Yeah. Oh, are you gonna text Ace? They already went and tucked chickens for me. I feel bad. Oh, I hear the treat canister shaking upstairs, and suddenly Ember has teleported away. Wow. Sorry, Jason. It does seem to jive with our Sunday nights back in the day. Yeah, Alicia and I talk about that a lot. Like, these kids don't know how to do anything. They can't do anything for themselves. Of course, it's our fault. Oh well. A little bit of an indication of pads. You know, the thing about hands, it's one of those things that early on, everybody talked about how hands are hard. But what I spent a lot of time working on hands. But what I like about hands is they're a great tool for expression and storytelling, for like emotion and action and whatnot. So it's kind of too bad if you're not up on your hand drawing, because you're missing out on a really potent tool in the toolbox. I'm talking to you, AI. It's funny how with some things that I draw that I got, I was like, oh, these are kind of complicated and hard. And I spent time focusing on it and got relatively comfortable. And then there's just other things that I can't seem to get. Just not working as hard on it, I guess. Technical stuff, vehicles, all kinds of stuff. I think this hand I made a little small, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. You don't give yourself enough credit, Jason. I've seen your work and how good it is. That's base slander. It's me fudging the Atlantean sword from memory. That's alright. Sorry, Jason. That's what I do. let's get into the focal point here, I guess. Yeah. I have also drawn this sword a lot in sketches. It's like a double whammy for me as far as the music goes because, yeah, it's, from the movie, which I've seen a bajillion times and love, but we also used to play it a lot while we were playing Dungeons and Dragons during my teenage years and early 20s, so it's like doubly reinforced in my noodle. And it's just good. I mean, it's just, regardless of it being a Conan soundtrack, it's just a good soundtrack. Yes, nostalgia to the max, indeed. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, sometimes I worry about that a little bit. Like, okay, I'm gonna have, like you saw me ink this, and I gave it line weights that basically get erased by putting in the black, but I always do that. I think I had mentioned before. I always do it anyway because it's just good to be in that habit of defining contours with different line weights while you're inking, even if you know it's probably going to get covered up, just because then it's like muscle memory. sure I really like that. So I'm gonna remember my Wally Wood, and when in doubt, whack it out. Wheel of Pain. That's your theme song, Jason. Get close. Emphasis. Dig out a pen. Yes, I'm going to use a ruler. Write down the date. I'm not going to use a circle template though. Alright, here we go. Here it is, kids. That's what Bob's talking about. And the reason it has a cork bottom, for people who might not know, is that if you have, I'm not sure I can get it to do it. Let's see. If there's no space between the edge of the ruler and the paper, sometimes what you can see is like you'll ink a line like this, and then if you move it, it didn't really do it, but sometimes it'll drag away little wisps of ink that, you know, touches the metal. So the cork lifts it off just enough that you can lay down your line and you have no danger of smudging. It's a little drafting inside baseball. Alright, I think I'm pretty close with this, so I'm going to put my name on it and call it good. And then we'll give it away. Alright, kids. We'll do the standard thing. We're going to, or I'm going to, roll a 10-sided die, and when I tell you to, type your guess for what I rolled into the chat, and the first person to guess correctly wins the sketch. So, here we go. I am rolling now. Guess a number between 1 and 10. First one takes it home. It's not a 1 or a 7. Maureen, it is a 6. Sorry, Ray. Maureen got it just before. So there we are. I'm going to write Mo's name on it because I'll forget. Yay. Alright, so that'll get added to the pile of stuff that gets transferred down the next time I come visit. Yeah, very good. Praise Crom. You are victorious. I'll erase all the errant leftover sketch lines and stuff, but yeah. So I'll try to have a poll on stuff next week so it's a little more interactive, but thanks for stopping by. Thank you, Bob, Jason. Hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Have a good night.